Hello, everybody. Kind of want to come on here and talk about self-belief today. I know my last video was super random, just super all over the place, but that was just kind of a start for me wanting to document my life. As I said, just come on here and talk about topics I believe in. Just for anyone out there, you know, I definitely think a lot throughout the day. So this is kind of a way for me to express my feelings and my way of thinking. But yeah, today I want to talk about self-belief and how I truly believe that it's one of the most important things a human being can learn early on in their life. You always hear it. Always believe in yourself. Whatever you put your mind to, you can achieve. And a lot of people kind of don't really process that. It kind of goes through one ear and goes directly out the other. And if you think about it super deeply, you really can't achieve anything that you put your mind to. It is all just a mindset. It is all just a mindset. At the end of the day, you have to believe that you cannot fail at what you're doing. You have to believe that there's another version of you in the future that is already living your life, that is already, super successful, all the things that you want to do. I know you guys have probably heard this a lot with other videos like this, but honestly, it's the truth. And if it wasn't the truth, I wouldn't be saying it. I am not, successful yet. I'm not completing everything that I want to do in life. And honestly, that's okay. I do believe that there's another version of me out there that has everything that I want. And a lot of people think that too. But I think the difference between people who become successful and people who think like that is one of those people takes action to do that, while another person waits and still believes that, they just want to think, there's another version of me out there. I don't have to work for anything. It's good. I'm gonna become that person eventually, but they're not putting in the work to do that, right? And that's self-belief, but it's you're just kind of sitting there waiting around, you believe it, but you're not really, you don't really believe in yourself. You want to believe that there's another person out there, but you don't believe in yourself to do the work, to do whatever it takes to become that person, right? And that's, I think, a major difference, right, between someone who knows that there's another version of themselves in the future that they're willing to work for, they're willing to put the time in for, to sacrifice a lot of things for, right? They believe in themselves. They believe, it's almost in a way you have to be a narcissist in a way, I guess you could put it. You just have to believe that you cannot fail, that you won't fail, that whatever you do every single day that you wake up, that you're gonna go and win the day, and that you can't do any wrong, right? You can't fail at all. Any level you won't fail. Even if you have a little bit of a setback, you're going to be starting from experience, right? You're never going to be starting from zero. And I think that's important with self-belief, kind of tying into how other people, talk to you about your dreams and your goals, right? It's none of their goals, none of their dreams. Why should you be listening to them, right? You shouldn't care if they don't believe in you or not, honestly. I think that's the hardest part too with self-belief, is just blocking out all the noise and just believing in yourself. Believe that you can achieve. I can't express this enough, how important it is to believe in yourself. And this is coming from someone who, I'm right now working 2 jobs, and I'm just working 2 jobs, honestly. I'm trying to figure out my life, but that's from besides the fact of what I'm talking about in this video. So yeah, it's really important to choose the right people that you surround yourself with. You shouldn't be choosing someone who's, making you question your own self-belief. Can I really do this? Are they right? Should I just quit? Should I just stop? That's putting the doubt inside your head. That's limiting you to believe in yourself. The people around you are putting limits on your own self, and it's so important to just have the right set of people. that hate. They believe they believe you're gonna make it. Like, no matter what you do, you're gonna be successful. Even if it's like, whatever you want as your success, they believe that you're gonna make it happen. Success comes in a lot of different measurements. So don't, think, oh, I have to have this big ass house, all these supercars, all this, and that. All people sometimes want is to not have to worry about their bills and have a nice family, man. That's it. People just don't want to have debt, man. They just, But yeah, don't let anybody around you limit your beliefs, man. Like, it's just so important to have the right set of friends, the right friends who are gonna push you. They don't even have to push you, man. They just have to believe in you, man. I think it's important. This is another topic, but oh my gosh, sorry guys. This is another topic, but having your own friends, you should have friends who want to push you too, right? Because if they don't push you and they just they're just there, with their life, they're just you're just gonna feel you won't feel a need to go just level up in life, I guess you can say. I don't really know how to say it that way, but yeah. Sorry guys, it's turned into a yap session real quick, but I just want to come back around to the point of self-belief. Just be crazy, man. Just be crazy about your own beliefs, your own success, that you will succeed, that there's no way you're going to be able to fail, that there's another version of you out there that you just need to embody, that you need to put the work in, you need to make sacrifice, right? And that's believing in yourself. Believing in yourself is not thinking there's someone out there, who's living your life, so yourself from the future, and you not putting the work in, you not making any sacrifice. That's not belief, man. That's just like, that's just a dream. Okay, I'm just gonna say it like that. But self-belief is, believing that, but putting the work in, putting the sacrifice in, all of this stuff. Again, I'm just out here talking. I don't really know how to articulate myself that well. I definitely get sidetracked a lot, but yeah, I'm just gonna keep making these videos, keep talking. Hopefully, later on, as I go, I'll get better with my thoughts and how to say it here without getting sidetracked and talking about something else. But yeah, guys, thank you for watching this video. See you in the next one.